The Miss-Hit crew dropped another banger. Chunky McChunkerson's back, and he brought friends. Today, 3-Putt McGee teams up with the Lip Out King. Hey, I'm Matt, and this is round 35 of my 100 round challenge, playing 100 rounds of golf as a complete beginner, filming every single shot. Am I getting any better? Maybe a little, but either way, I'm having a lot of fun figuring it out. Today I wanted to switch things up. I'm playing with a half set. It could make things tougher, or maybe even easier. Fewer clubs, fewer decisions. But we'll see how that goes once I'm out there. In the bag today, we have driver, 9-wood, 6-iron, 8-iron, pitching wedge, 56-degree, and 3-putter. And before we get started, hit the like button if you enjoy seeing a high handicapper chunk his way around the course. Subscribe to follow the journey and drop a comment that just says, every shot. Apparently the YouTube golf gods love it, and it actually helps the channel grow. I've noticed most beginner and starter sets, even the junior ones, are actually half sets. Some of my son's smaller clubs are even stamped as both a pitching wedge and a 9-iron. But even with that in mind, I'm already finding myself outside my comfort zone. And honestly, that's kind of the point. The plan today is to force myself to hit more partial shots, to see how much feel I really have with these irons, instead of just relying on full stock swings. At my level, those stock shots aren't exactly accurate anyway, but they do give me a little confidence standing over the ball. So this round's going to be an interesting test. My 56-degree will be my go-to around the greens today. No space in the bag for the chipper this time. I stuck with even-numbered clubs only. I know a few guys who carry a smaller setup like this for quick 9s or weekend rounds with a light carry bag, maybe even for par 3 courses. I don't have any par 3s around here, but if I did, that's probably where I'd be spending most of my time right now. For this round, I've got my 9-wood and 6-iron as the long clubs. And I've actually shifted all my distances one club down from normal. The goal is to swing at about 80% with everything, keep it smooth and controlled. So I'll be clubbing up on almost every shot today, which might get interesting with a half set. But that's been my plan the last few rounds, and it's been working pretty well. 3-Putt McGee firmly keeps his spot on the team. As usual, I promise I'm practicing. Just a little slow getting this whole green reading and pace control thing dialed in. Great drive, rolled out to 219, perfect position. About 130 left to the pin, usually a 9-iron, but it's not in the bag today, so I tried to muscle the wedge. Didn't feel right going up to the 8-iron, but that's kind of the whole point of this challenge. Learning what shots I don't have yet, and getting more comfortable figuring it out on the course. I've learned I do best when things are gamified, when there's a little challenge or twist to keep it fresh. Golf's a never-ending game. There's always something new to learn, some new way to test yourself, or a different way to play the same hole. That's what keeps it interesting for me. It's not just about the score, it's about experimenting, trying things out, and building a game that actually suits me. So I'm curious, what do you do to mix it up? Maybe you've tried an irons-only round, or a half set like this. Maybe you've played a full round using just wedges, or swapped all your long irons for hybrids. Could be testing high loft woods, using a 7-wood instead of a 4-iron, or even going driverless for a day to work on accuracy. Let me know in the comments what setups or challenges you've tried to make golf more fun. I'm always looking for new ones to test out. My chipping practice feels like it's finally starting to pay off. Not all the time, but definitely more than before. One shot I'm still confused about though, is the uphill chip when you're close to the green. I've always thought weight forward, shoulders matching the slope. But I've also heard the opposite, weight on the back foot with shoulders following the slope. Is there a right or wrong way to play that? Or does it depend on the lie and the shot you're trying to hit? I didn't expect this, but I'm really missing my 50-degree today. I used the old Arcos caddy quite a bit. It was good, not perfect, but a solid idea. The new AI strategy, though, feels like a completely different level. It's built on over 1 billion shots of data, and you can tell. Now it factors in real on-course conditions, wind, dispersion, and your shot patterns. then gives a few different ways to play each hole depending on how aggressive you want to be. The interface and maps are really clean and quick too. It's easy to check lines, see trouble, or zoom in on targets without overthinking. It's definitely a big step up from the old version. Feels more like a proper caddy that actually understands your game. The future of golf is getting a serious tech upgrade. AI is already shaping how we play, practice, and even design clubs. Systems like Arcos, Garmin, and ShotScope are tracking millions of real shots and helping golfers understand their game in ways that used to be impossible. Swing analysis tools like Sportsbox AI are turning a single phone video into full 3D motion data. No sensors or markers needed. And that kind of tech is only getting better. Manufacturers are using AI to design and test new clubs faster than ever, while golf courses are starting to use drones, sensors, and mapping tools to track slopes, wind, and green conditions in real time. Even training is changing. VR and AR tools could soon let you practice real course situations from home, or overlay swing paths and targets right on the range. But it's not about replacing the human side of the game. It's about combining feel and data. The future golfer might have more information than ever, but still needs to make the swing, read the lie, and trust their instincts. So I'm curious, what tech are you using in your game right now? I love seeing all this new golf tech come out, but I've learned that no app or AI can fix a bad swing on its own. The info is great, but it's what you do with it that really matters. For me, it's about finding balance, using tech to guide me without letting it take over the fun. The numbers help spot patterns, but they don't tell the whole story. Golf isn't just math, it's feel, confidence, and being able to make a swing when it counts. Arcos helps me track my game, and I'm curious to see what Sportsbox AI can show about my swing. But even with all that insight, I still have to hit the shots. The app doesn't feel the lie, the wind, or the nerves. Sometimes the numbers just confirm what I already felt. I just didn't trust it. That's where I think the value really is, combining what the stats say with what your instincts are learning. Tech makes the game more accessible for beginners like me, but the trick is to use it to make golf easier, not turn it into homework. Just playing it smart, 6-iron off the tee to stay out of trouble, then a pitching wedge layup to set up the approach. Had a nice distance here, but I must have caught it a bit too clean. Sent it over the back. Definitely not the plan, but it gives me another chance to practice from the thick Bermuda, and I think I played it pretty well. This is only my 35th round of golf ever, and I'm still learning as I go. I'm not chasing crazy low scores or trying to get to scratch. I'm not aiming for a low handicap just to brag about it with friends. I've got nothing to prove here, other than to myself. I'm already proud of how far I've come, and I'm not in any rush. This 100-round challenge will take as long as it takes. The main thing is to enjoy it, keep learning, and have fun. I'll admit though, filming every shot can get tough. Sometimes I wonder if it affects my game a bit, adds that extra pressure knowing every swing is on camera. But maybe that's part of the challenge too, learning how to focus, stay present, and still enjoy the game no matter what the camera sees. And who knows, maybe I'll catch that hole in one someday. But not today, not with only an 8-iron for a normal 7-iron shot. So what did I actually learn from playing this round with a half set? Honestly, it was way more challenging than I expected, especially on approach shots. I thought it would be easy since I'm used to taking 1 or 2 clubs off my wedge shots, and do that all the time. But I guess I've never really tried that with a 9-iron or lower before. It's a completely different feel trying to take something off an 8-iron or control distance with a mid-iron. 1 club down feels fine, but when you're 2 clubs out and trying to adjust, it gets tricky fast. I just couldn't quite commit to some of those shots. It really exposed where my comfort gaps are. That said, it still simplified the game in a good way. With fewer clubs, I wasn't overthinking as much, just picking a target and making a swing. Mentally, that part felt easier, even if the execution didn't always match. I think it's key to have your favorite clubs in the bag, the ones that make you feel confident when you pull them out. I didn't cherry pick mine today, just went with even numbered irons to keep it simple, but if I did this again, I'd definitely bring both my 56 and 50 degree wedges. That's where I can actually score and save shots. The rest doesn't matter as much to me right now. I just carry the clubs I'm most comfortable hitting that week, and honestly that changes all the time anyway. So yeah, it wasn't as easy as I thought, but it was a great learning round. It made me think more about distance control, course management, and adapting on the fly, which is exactly what I need right now.